So, PC ports, it's all anyone can talk about these days. With the Animal Crossing PC port, and naturally, probably why you're here, the Twilight Princess PC port, but a lot of people are asking, why? What makes a PC port better? Now, I have discussed what makes it different, but I didn't necessarily say why it was better. So today, I'm going to be talking to someone who does know why it's better, and that someone is Pucas. I would explain who Pucas is, but I'll just let Pucas explain himself. So, without further ado, let's get into it.
Hey, my name is Pucas, and I love men and women.
It's Pucas? Like puke? I thought it was Pucas. Like pook.
It depends.
Like Pookie.
It depends on who you ask.
Cause you're my Pookie bear. I like men. Oh wait. For the YouTube audience, can you say I like men and men while leaning more towards men? Just for me. Just for the YouTube audience, I mean.
I'll do it for you personally, and then I don't care if it's in the video. Because it's for
Let
you
it rip.
personally. So, I love men, and men, I lean towards men.
So true! Now, let's start out with, what's your name? What's your association with the Twilight Princess PC port?
Well, online, I'm known as Pucas1. And I'm currently a maintainer on the project. So I, do pull requests and stuff. So a lot of the boring stuff, basically.
You are a very boring person.
Yeah, I know. That's why I do it.
Keep going.
I'm also the lead on the launcher. So I develop the launcher and stuff. And I also occasionally work on the main project. I've been doing a lot of audio stuff recently because it was bothering me that it wasn't working. So I thought I'd just do it myself. I've gotten into a pretty good state right now. Footsteps do work. So I might be the GOAT, but so basically that.
Well, that gives me another question. If footsteps work, does the audio in general work now, considering it was completely fried?
So that wasn't my fault. I didn't realize.
Okay.
Yeah, so a PR got merged, which Linif didn't want to get merged. He didn't want that to merge. And that broke the audio. So it's and I wanted it to be merged. So it's kind of my fault, but no, I didn't write the code.
I see. Now, to put what he just said very simply, I believe what he meant was he did manage to fix the audio problem. However, the code that actually fixed the audio problem wasn't actually in the build. They hadn't merged them together yet, because of Linif not wanting that, I assume.
But I did fix it. So it shouldn't die anymore. Because what was happening was how the game works is that you have every single piece of audio that plays gets put into a giant buffer of 64 sounds. And what's supposed to do is play a sound, and when it's done, it should remove it from the buffer. But with the PR that got merged, it never stopped the audio. So after 64 sounds got played, the audio would just cut out. That's funny.
I believe you said that a little bit earlier, or a few days ago, and I thought you fixed it, but you failed.
No, well, that was a different issue. So what happened back then was when more than 64 sounds were playing at the same time, it would overflow and kill itself.
Yeah.
Now it was just that 64 sounds played in general.
Okay. Okay. And speaking of, this is a question that many people have asked, I'm sure. What can you do about what do you have to say about the allegations that Puka's music generator on the server is your slave and he's in your basement? What do you say about the allegations?
I haven't heard of these allegations.
Okay, well, I have.
I'm going to be totally honest. Okay, well, that's good for you then.
Respond to the allegations. What do you think?
So, all I can say is that I've signed an NDA, so I can't comment on it at this time.
Okay. Next question. Now, Pukas, people have said that performance would be significantly better on a native PC port. But, I mean, if you saw my last video, it was running so poorly I had to stop playing. So,
yes.
Why is it running so poorly now, and what exactly goes into the performance updates?
Okay, so to understand why it's like this, we have to first know how a frame gets rendered in general. So on a GameCube, the game uses a GX graphics card to render a frame. Mm-hmm. Now you might be wondering, what the hell is a GX graphic card?
Yes, you got it right.
Well, to render something, our GPU has to know how to render it. So we use something called a graphics API. So first, our CPU tells the graphics API what it wants rendered. Then the graphics API will tell the GPU how to do that. And then the GPU will display the frame. But as I said, GameCube uses the GX graphics library. And our GPU has no clue what to do with that. It's never seen a GX thing in its life.
Yeah.
So for the port, we have to translate all those those GX calls to, in our case, an SDL3 GPU call, which is like a really tiny layer on top of other graphics APIs to make it easier. It's kind of long to explain, but basically it's just it's translating one thing to the other. And this costs computing power. Yeah, basically 1 to a 2.
Yeah.
And because this costs extra computing power, it reduces the performance in general. And why it's just okay right now is because there hasn't been huge optimizations into it yet. There have been optimizations done, but not like a huge amount. I'm not sure how you would optimize it further because I'm not like a GX guy. You'd have to ask Linif or the other guy. But TLDR, it costs more computer. We have not put the time into making it cost less computer.
Oh, I see. So that's interesting. But people have said tons of times that mods are a huge reason why a native PC port is better. But Dolphin has mods. I can go into the menu right now. I can enable stuff like widescreen. In fact, Skylar said that his model swaps work on both Dolphin and the PC port. So what's the difference? Why is a PC port better in this regard?
Okay, so model swaps and texture swaps have always been possible on Dolphin. I know even like widescreen, but that uses Gecko codes. I'm not even sure how Gecko codes work really, but like that's a separate thing. But model swaps, audio swaps, everything's been possible on Dolphin before because that's just replacing like the files. I mean, the textures are a little bit different, but it just replaces stuff. Why mods on the PC version will be a lot better is because we have direct source code access. So we can quite literally change anything in the game ever. That's how we've been able to get like new menus and stuff. And a widescreen was implemented really fast, and the UI is like all proper. It's just because we can change the core logic of the game now means that we can basically make any mod you want. You could even like make Twilight Princess 2 if you really wanted to. And because and we actually recently we've started working on texture mod implementation, which uses the same system as Dolphin. So every single Dolphin graphic like texture pack should eventually work on the PC port too.
And as a follow-up to that, would you be able to, because I complained about this in my last video, would you be able to implement D-pad controls in the menu? Because I know that's not how it was on the GameCube or in any version really.
Absolutely.
Let's go!
I'm not sure. I can't say how much work it would be, but it's 100% possible.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, it's also been bugging me. So.
Yeah, it's really annoying.
I might look at it at some point.
So, okay, perfect. Now, is 60 FPS really impossible on an emulator without interpolation, like fake frames? Why is it possible on a PC port? Because that's one of the main things people want.
Yeah, so FPS in like these type of games is a little interesting how it works. So like in the OG game, all the logic in the entire game is tied to the 30 FPS that it should be running at. So when running at 60 FPS, for example, double the speed, like everything is just double because there's like double the frames in the same second. For example, if Link's roll lasts X amount of frames, not X amount of seconds. So pushing more frames in the same second makes his roll last shorter. With the PC port, we can decouple the logic from the frame rate and have the logic run at delta time. Now you're wondering, what the hell is a delta time?
Yeah, it's exactly what I'm thinking.
Well, delta time is something that represents the time in seconds since the last frame was rendered. For example, if your game is running at a constant 60 FPS, time, aka delta time, would be approximately 0.01667 of a second, also known as 1/60th of a second.
167. Got it.
Exactly. If it dips to 30 FPS, it would be 1/30th of a second. So in this case, Link's roll would last the same amount of time regardless of the FPS. But one big but.
Okay.
His animations.
You know a lot about big butts, I'm sure.
Of course. His animations are still 30 frames because these animations were made for a game that runs at 30 FPS.
Yeah.
So what would happen if you would run this game at 60 FPS? His roll would last the correct amount of time, but Link would like hang for an extra second, like one extra frame every other frame because his animations are 30 FPS.
So he would like...
And it would look really like stuttery and stuff.
Yeah.
So what we have to do is actually implement something called interpolation, but it's a different kind of interpolation than the AI one, which just makes sure that the 30 frame roll actually lasts 60 frames. We just interpolate the animation.
So create new animations for those in between frames, basically.
Yeah, but that would do it automatic because you're just interpolating it.
I see.
So you actually have to implement some sort of interpolation, but it's not like the AI fake thing.
Got it. And you are planning on doing this, right? Well, not you, but the team.
I'm not sure if this has been confirmed yet, but I can't. If it hasn't, I can't say anything.
Okay. Anything else to say?
I do have a Makima body pillow. Please leak faster.